Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Beware the Bees, our football manager save here at Brentford FC in the Barclays Premier League. And we're trying to get a new affiliate club because an issue I've had that I really didn't think about was we didn't get a work permit for any of the South African players we were looking at. We offered for all of them. Did none of them got a work permit, so they're not coming in. The South African regions will stay in South Africa until eventually they get picked up for dirt cheap by some fucking massive club, and it's somehow they find a way to wiggle around the work permit system. But to get a work permit, I believe, now I'm probably wrong, but Holland is a place where we can send players out for 2 years and get them a work permit. So we've selected SC Heerenveen in hope that they can go here, get some game time, and hopefully get a work permit. That is the hope. So yeah, that'll be future problems. Now recently our result has been not great, not great to be honest. But we did bounce back from that defeat to Chelsea with a 1-0 win over Norwich. Jordan Rhodes with a goal after 40 minutes sealed the tie. A fairly evenly contested game, but that one strike of quality from Jordan Rhodes being the difference. He's not had the best of season, Jordan Rhodes. Zach Clough very much overshining him this season, but he did find the net against West Brom, where two players got sent off in one game, and it was absolutely mad. Two players getting sent off, and in that game, absolutely mental. Players losing their heads, so to speak. Lack of discipline. But a 1-1 draw, again an even game. Probably should have won the game shot-wise, but they did edge the possession in the game. Lucas Piazon and Jordan Rhodes and Yarbo again getting another great result, and he is, as I will always say, he is the unsung hero, is Reinhold Yarbo. I absolutely love the man. I think he's brilliant. And then we had an incredible performance, a 4-1 victory over Liverpool. Zach Clough, Martin Ødegaard and Jordan Rhodes getting on the score sheet. And we weren't even that great in this game, to be fair. Liverpool, many more chances than us, and we've absolutely, we've been so clinical, and, so, what's the word I'm looking for? So not reliable. We've been so, I guess, just clinical. Really, I'm just trying to find another word for clinical. I'm looking for a clinical synonym, but I can't find one. Martin Ødegaard got injured in this game, but it wasn't serious. He was only out for a few days, and a judge came on in his replacement. Then we had three tough to take defeats, where we scored one in each one. And to be fair, we weren't terrible against we were terrible against QPR. It says we have 15 shots. They were all from range. Harley Dean only getting a consolation goal. Alfred Frimbergassen absolutely tore us apart, getting an 8.8 rating, and the less said, the better, really. A tough defeat against QPR, no, Tottenham. As you know, it was an even game, but Tottenham took their chances. Eric Lamela in the 72nd minute, undoing that early Lamela goal. And obviously Ben Davies just before half time. It was tough to score reasonably close to half time, to then concede reasonably close to half time just a few minutes later. It's very disappointing. And then a defeat to Nottingham Forest. Lucas Piazon getting a goal, which was good to see. Again, a game where we probably shouldn't have lost. Looking at the balance of play, I suppose they had the better chances, and they did take them. Darren Gibson, Britta Assombalonga and Danny Ings. That could be a deadly partnership. I could imagine Assombalonga and Ings. I prefer rough and clothes. Clough and Rhodes, rough and clothes, bloody hell. But to combat that, we had an international break where Zaki Clough scored his first ever goal for England in his first appearance, so 1-for-1, and he finished off. And we also had a final victory over Nap Hill. I did this friendly just to boost confidence. It was the hope, give them an easy game where they're going to easily beat the team, and hopefully we can get to confidence. And it worked, as Zach Clough capped off an excellent week with a goal against Stoke. Him and Wilfried Zaha getting on the score sheet reasonably early in the second half, and a deserved win for us, a good win against a decent Stoke side. We had a 2-2 draw with Swansea, not the best game from our point of view, being 2-0 up and throwing it away, but Zach Clough and even Perisic getting on the score sheet for us. Swansea giving away 20 fouls is probably the main talking point. They're a very dirty team. I'm trying to think who manages them, because it's not Monk anymore. Paul Lambert, Swansea. I didn't think it was Paul Lambert. I thought it was Chris Hughton. Oh well. Yeah, but a decent performance against a good Swansea side, and away from home, draw your away games or win them if possible. Zach Clough, Martin Odegaard, and Andreas Isaacson own goals. Surprise, he still played. The former Manchester City goalkeeper. Absolutely love this guy on LMA Manager 2007. He was a tank. But he's had a long career. He made like over 100 appearances for Sweden, Andreas Isaacson, but he scored an own goal. I say scored an own goal. It was cleared off the line and hit him and went in. And then Stuart Dallas wrapping up with a penalty a few minutes later. Disappointed to concede 2 goals after being 4-0 up. Almost, gave us a nervy ending to the game. But we held on, and that leads us to today. Manchester City are the team we face today. Now, they sit 4th in the league, 6 points behind Chelsea, have been absolutely brilliant. I believe we lost them, didn't we? Have we even played Chelsea? Or was that just in the Cup? We've not played them in the league. We've got them in a few games' time. That makes sense. But we've been okay, really. We wanted to push for top half, and that's where we are. So yeah. Oh, I burped a minute ago. I don't know if you picked it up, but not a minute ago, a few seconds ago. And one of those burps where it smells just like what you ate for thingy, and it's horrible because it makes you hungry. Because all I smelt was sausage. All I've eaten was sausage, and don't take that in the wrong way. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think anything else. No, a few players are coming in. That's what I got to talk about. Because I'm always doing transfers, always wheeling and dealing. And we're going to bring in Mauro Serra, Serra, the 5'9" Italian striker from Juventus. We're bringing him in for about £1 million. With a few add-ons, and I'm quite happy to get him. That high determination, high flair, makes him, I think, an ideal role to be looking at. A decent false 9 in the future. Obviously, don't need flair too much, but good off the ball work, good technique, and not the decent finishing. Just need to get that dribbling up. But I mean, he's 17, we're bringing him for £1 million. He's got potential to be a good Premier League striker. Enjoys big matches, and that potential 4-star ability is very, very pleasing. We'll talk about Augustin Marquezin a little bit later, but Dylan Michel is another one who should be coming in. I think he could be an incredible advanced playmaker in the future if we ever switch back to the 4-2-3-1, which we have actually switched back to recently. But that 16 dribbling is the main focus, 15 passing, 14 technique, a very good pass for the ball, good technician. And again, to get him in for £1 million at 17 years of age is a pretty good bit of business. And to be fair, if we look back and go, oh, he'd cost us £1 million, we could sell him on for 1 or 2, it's still pretty good. Now, a player that we are bringing in is Augustin Marquezin, a player to challenge, if not replace, Fernando Pacheco for the goalkeeping spot. He's a decent player, bringing him in, known in 900k now. According to this, he's 4.5 star for our team. I don't believe that. I think he will be roughly around the same level as Fernando Pacheco. But he's a good player, and to bring him in for maybe a year or 2 in goal should be quite alright, especially if we get the right cover in front of him next season. And eventually we'll look for a young player to be his replacement in the long term. Try and pick up maybe a young English goalkeeper, because there are always a few good regens you can pick up. But yeah, we tactically we've gone back to this 4-2-3-1 or the 4-4-1-1 in later games. But a few injuries in and around the camp as well. Players like Fernando Pacheco coming back from injuries. He's been out recently with a broken finger for the past 5 weeks. But yeah, I think we can move on to our game now, can we? And we've talked about the feeder club. Yeah, fair enough. Now that is something I'm a bit scared of. Hang on a second. Financial fair play summary. Predicted to make a profit. I was scared then because it said we might make a loss, but you can see our finances have been steadily improving. Obviously, a few moments where we've dipped into the transfer kitty, but generally on the up. Generally a pretty well run club. I must admit, none of our success really would have been possible without the investment that our chairman, I believe, Cliff Crown has put in, and I'm pretty happy. I'm also going to look at, when does my deal run out with Brentford? Because hopefully never, because I bloody love it. 2018, and I'm on 5k a week. It's fantastic stuff. We've done very well. And if you look at our sort of win ratio, I'm not going to say it's second to none, but pretty good. So we've won 47. drawn 25 and only lost 35 games is quite impressive. Now, it's always good to always win more than you lose, is what I like to think. Always win more than you lose. And we're doing that so far, and we've done very well, guided the team to promotion. Right, we're going to play against Manchester City today. We're going to bring back Fernando Pacheco to the bench. We're just going to spell the end for Jake Bidwell. I mean, for Tyrone Mings has really made that left-back spot his own. As you can see, a 7.9 average rating. Phenomenal. I'm very pleased with his step up into the Premier League. And as you can see, his stats were growing nicely. Improvement of pace and acceleration, which is something he doesn't really need too much more of, to be fair. But he's a very quick lad and very big and strong. He's a 6'5" man who can run a, he's got 18 pace. He's Tyrone Bolt over there. Or Usain Mings. You take your pick. He's a speedy dude. But I mean, I'm tempted to go unchanged because we did win our last game away at Hull. Granted, defensively we weren't fantastic. I'm tempted maybe Abdoulaye Barin for Harley Dean. No, Harley Dean's a good player, or maybe for James Tarkowski. Harley Dean also, as well as James Tarkowski, I think both have had interest from Everton, and so does James Tarkowski, also interested by West Brom and Everton. So both clubs want to steal our centre backs, but. I was talking to my friend Deeks, as we call him, and he was saying how Harley Dean and James Tarkowski on his Brentford save managed to cut the mustard all the way up until the Champions League. So that was impressive, to be fair. As far as changes go, Perisic is a little bit tired. So Stuart Dallas, who's been a strong performer for us. I mean, I'm wondering. Is it the end of his days? I have put him up on the transfer list for £1 million. I won't set an asking price, actually. I think I'm going to get rid of that. As much as I love Stuart Dallas, he's been with the club for a very long time. He's just starting to just drop below the line. The line is pushing it forward. It's getting higher where we're making the cut, and and this is and it's getting we need to upgrade the quality of player we're bringing in. Now, I love Stuart Dallas, and he's been a good performer, as I said, but really beginning to question whether perhaps he can still make it at this higher level. We have got Lucas Piez on, but we will give him a rest. Jordan Rhodes will replace Carles or Charles on the bench. Maybe Lewis. I'm going to bring Lewis McLeod on for Perisic because I don't want to take the risk of that of how tired he is. And that's going to be our lineup against Man City. Here we go. I was hoping that in today's episode it will be the not commentators, live com luck, I suppose, is what we want. Is we need some live com luck in hope that perhaps we shouldn't be beating City, but perhaps the power of the live commentary can give us the victory. John Flanagan finds Henriksen, pings it out to Zaha, straight out of play. Great start, boys. Fantastic. Now we're going to play attacking. I completely glazed over Manchester City's team. We'll play the game. Joe Hart, Bakusanya, Mangala, Rekic at the back. Good to see them using some of their own talent, as Samir Nasri has scored. Zabaleta, Milner, Coke, Fernando Silva. So is Zabaleta playing right mid for them? I think Zabaleta's playing right mid for them, which is pretty interesting. Would not expect that. Oh, YouTube login. Oh God, close that. Thank you. This will be on YouTube, and I've recorded it myself. Thank you. Sergio Aguero, key player as he is, finds Nasri. Great shot. Rialbo couldn't stop the ball getting to him. And Man City have an early lead, which could be a bad start. I thought that it was going to be a tough game anyway, but giving them the lead so early on is going to make it much tougher. However, their free at the back, I think, is there to be exploited, and maybe we should have gone 4-4-2 and just given Rhodes the call. I mean, David Button as well. This is a big ask for him. He's not played many games over the last few seasons. Since the Championship, really, he's not had consistent games. So maybe it is a big ask for him in this one. But a good tackle there from Yarbo. Forward through, Zaki Clough. Tackle by Mangala. Erdegaard gets it out wide. Now we've still got the chance. The chance is still on. It falls through. Erdegaard should have scored. And Clough had a second chance, but it was blocked away. Oh, when the ball falls to you one-on-one with the keeper, you've just put him on the side. Just don't hit it straight. Just just put it in one of the sides, and he's just hit it straight at the keeper. Disappointing, but I'm surprised at the way we've come back into this game. A lot of desire being shown by our team, which I quite like. I quite like that. Yarbo's in the book, which is scary to say. Some of our players have been having a few issues with suspensions. Now we're gonna make the tactical change. We're gonna give Jordan Rhodes 45 minutes because we need to come back in this game. Zach Clough's gonna move to the false nine. Martin Ødegaard, he had the chance, but he did miss it. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. We're going to place Marcus Henriksen, who it's not his fault. He's been not played as much so far this season. He's still made 10 appearances, but 5 have been off the bench. But that's because we had the opportunity to bring in Martin Ødegaard. He wasn't the most needed signing, but the quality he brings from Real Madrid is just needed. And to say he's 17, and he's probably the youngest player in the squad, and he's one of our better players, just shows how much of a big player he's going to be in the future. He's not on his 80k a week though, which was reported, which I don't think is true. Technically, I know he'll be on a big contract when he reaches the age to get his professional deal, but I don't think he'll be £80,000. It's a little bit ridiculous. And Yarbo, I'd said I was scared about Yarbo losing his head, and he's done it. He's done it again. Well, not him, but we've shot ourselves in the foot just again. We just keep getting these silly red cards, and now Ødegaard's gonna have the job of bossing that midfield on his own against the Man City, who are playing 3-4-3. I'm not. It's gone now. This game's beyond us, and I don't mean to sound defeatist and pessimistic, but I don't think we're gonna win. Although, oh no, over the top ball, Button didn't come, but Aguero hits it straight at him. And is this a counter attack? No, it's not. Oh, I got excited then for a minute. Thought we might have a counter attack, but no, it's more disappointing than I don't know what it's more disappointing as Nasri makes it 2. Game over. Oh, why are we so shit? Why are we so shit? Seriously. Against these bigger teams, we really need to give better performances, and Yarbo's not helped the cause. But the attacking prowess, and look at that. He could have played that left to 3 players. 3 players were on there for the simple pass in. So, but Ødegaard, find a good ball. It's not the best ball. Mings has turned into trouble. He's just turned around and gifted the ball to Aguero. Abdoulaye Ba, a great tackle, and Mings makes up for it. Now run, get up that pitch. Come on, boys. Man City have pinned us in our own half at this point. Aguero 3-0. Just a slick passing move, yet again. This is just annoying now. Now I was frustrated in the last episode because we were stupid and gifted Chelsea a flattering scoreline, and this is going to end up 5 or 6 because we're just gifting them goals. We're just too open, too exposed. It's 4. Jesus Christ, and I was questioning why I need a new goalkeeper. And granted, Pacheco's not even in for this game, but Pacheco can sit on the bench from now on. We need a new bench warmer because David Button, some of your attempts at saves have been absolutely dreadful. Now granted, I know you're up against shots, you're getting, hellfire at you from Silva and Aguero, but bloody hell, I mean, I could do better than that. I'd just stand still, to be fair. That's all you needed to do, just fucking stand still. It's about to be 3. It's about to be 3, about to be 5. Aguero, it's 5. He's offside. Oh, thank the Lord, because if we conceded 4 within the space of 10 minutes, I would not have been happy. This is all Yarbo's fault. No, I love Yarbo. I think he's a great player. He's been great for us, but this is just annoying. Too many players in our side losing their heads when on a yellow card or whatever. And we've lost 4-0 to Manchester City. A disappointing performance, which ends a little bit of good form. And hopefully we can bounce back, but who knows? Because, disappointing. But we have got players who can come in and replace Yarbo, who I'm not happy with. I'm not happy at all. And we will pick up in a few games' time. You see, the issue we're having now is we're winning games, we're also losing an equal amount. which is just absolutely annoying. And that flying start to the season we had is turning into a drab mid-table season. But hopefully I shall see you. Oh yeah, we drew Chelsea in the FA Cup, by the way, so we're out of that as well. But I'm going to see you. I'm maybe not Derby again. We can't do Derby again. Newcastle. Could do Arsenal just before, but it doesn't give us many games between the live comms. Whereas if we do Newcastle, it gives us a good 6 games to do. So Newcastle or Southampton, I'll see you for next time. But I want to thank you very much for watching. You've been awesome as per usual. I love you guys so much. The support you've given on this series is absolutely crazy. Thank you very much for watching. Much love. Bye bye.